like they don't know a lot of things. They don't know what love is. They don't know what a kiss means, except for 02. But
All right.
and so that's how like 02 and Hiro come together. Cause like one time they kissed and he was like, "I'll never forget about this feeling."
Uh huh.
But like he never really knew what it meant.
You okay?
So yeah, and with the course of time, they actually started to understand the way of like what love really means and what it really is.
Okay.
But the thing is that the people who were ruling over them, they refer to him as Papa.
Okay.
He didn't want that, and anyone who tried to peek their head over that line would be taken in and had their memories erased or altered.
Oh wow.
Because they didn't want any of that stuff getting into their head.
Uh huh. Okay.
And they knew Hiro knew this because it happened to him when he had actually met 02 once before when he was little, still growing in the gardens where they would have the kids growing before they become
Well, didn't she
teenagers
have
to
like
become
some like
parasites.
weird? Didn't she have like some weird appearance? Like she was like red, or I had
She
like
was all red
skin?
and she had white hair. Yeah, that's what her in her full Klaxosaur form.
I see.
Wait, no, she was Klaxosapien.
Hmm.
That's when they were met when they were kids. And how Hiro took her out of her little cell and like showed her the quote unquote outside world. And like she was like one of those characters that didn't know how to speak like speak properly.
Yeah.
So like the first she learned like 3 words when she was like with Hiro. So, I don't know what like the other 2 were, but I knew one of them was the word darling. That's where she got and then her name, because Hiro was the kind of character where he would give everyone nicknames.
Oh, okay. Oh, what the hell?
It's right here, yeah. And the nickname that she gave 02 was 02 because her code was 002. She's drinking a big pot here.
Damn. That was weird. How did he know that I was in that house?
What? What do you want? What do you want? Okay, for what? Oh. Alright, whatever. So anyways, can you close the door, please? What's it called? So yeah, that's what happened in their past. So they had met each other once before, but they had their memories erased because the Papa didn't want them to know each other, let alone find or have this connection between each other, because it's a human and a Klaxosapien.
Uh-huh.
So they had their memories erased and they never knew each other, and they haven't seen each other since.
Okay.
And then once he grew up and he met 02 again, things started coming to him slowly in his head, and same thing with 02. Like the name, she remembered the word darling, and that's why she called Hiro her darling.
Uh-huh.
And she also remembered that her nickname, that someone gave her a nickname 02. She just never specified on who it was until she found out it was Hiro.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, so as time passes, connections grow and stuff. Basically the group gets, like, each person with their specific partners, when they get paired up, they've grown closer to each other and all that. And then the war with the Klaxosapien queen versus the humans ends up going AWOL, or not AWOL, Ari.
Uh-huh.
And what the humans didn't know is that the Klaxosapiens weren't actually trying to fight the humans. They were trying to fight this other outer space alien being called the Verm.
Okay.
Which was like they were like some disembodied beings who had like no physical appearance. They were only like take form of a voice that would be put through people's head. Like you can only hear them, you couldn't see them or touch them.
Oh, okay.
And this is where the ending starts to come. That this is the last mission, their last mission as parasites. Because a deal was made that once the parasites of Squad 13 had finished their mission, they'd be set free and no longer under the rule of Papa. Because Papa had taken these two parasites from Squad 13. It was Mitsuru and Kokoro.
Okay.
When they were starting to learn about things like normal human life, they had learned this about weddings.
Oh, cool.
And that brought like red lights to the APE, which is what this facility where Papa is, they would call it. That like was like a bunch of red lights. Let alone the fact that what's it called? Mitsuru wanted to know how to make a baby.
Okay.
Which was weird. Not Mitsuru, Kokoro. Kokoro wanted to know how to make a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Because she read a book that she found when she went to the Outland as a reward for their success as a team. But yeah, she found a book about how you know making babies runs and stuff. Someone on me, hold on.
There's someone on me.
He's right here.
Yeah, I'll be on there. Oh fudge.
I couldn't shoot, damn it. Oh, hold on, I'll be right back.
Alright, cool. Oh fudge. What the fudge? Goodness gracious, that was weird. What the fudge?
Oh, nice, you got him. Alright, cool.
Watch out, there's more people coming in.
Alright, let me just heal up then.
Oh yeah.
Where are they?
I killed them.
Okay. So anyways, yeah, so they had taken in those two people called Kokoro and Mitsuru, and they had erased their minds.
Okay.
And that's how they found out that they were corrupting people, and they didn't want that. So they were like, "All right, we finished this mission and end up the war between the Klaxosapiens and the humans, and you set us free with no conditions." And they're like, "You know what? Fine."
All right.
And so with that come the explanation that the Klaxosapiens weren't going after the humans, as they were just trying to, let's say, get back at the humans for taking away their magma energy, because magma energy was basically the baby forms, or like the weak forms of Klaxosaurs that had been turned into energy that the humans had been harvesting. Going. Rebecca got out.
Alright. Oh fuck. Oh, okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
So back to what I was saying. What was it? Klaxosaurus versus the Vern.
Okay,
Water. So yeah, there was a battle that happened. So the queen of the Klaxosaur, or the princess, the Klaxosaur sapiens princess thingy, whatever, took control of the what's it called? The Franks, called Strelitzia, which is what 02 and Hito were piloting. She took it over in order for her to be able to get to their strongest Klaxosaur, which had to be operated by her, because Klaxosaurs are literally like Franks. It'd take 2 people to operate. But they didn't know that until the end of the show, or the end of the anime.
Okay.
So yeah, and so what happened was I forgot what her name was. They just called her the princess. The princess took Hito captive as like to use as the pilot, even though she was controlling the entire thing herself. She was using him to, like, I guess keep the Klaxosaur stabilized.
All right.
And she she used Strelitzia to power the Klaxosaur, because the Franks, I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, so that happened. She fired like some hella powerful beam that like took out, or like destroyed, some kind of outer space facility that had like the Verm were like there, and like said they had some home planet that they were supposed to take over, but the Verm had already, like, they had sabotaged the Klaxosaur thing. So right when the princess got a chance to fire the beam, that's when things started going bad, because Verm had already started taking over her body, and it was also affecting Hito as well. And before this whole fight thing happened, Hito and 02 made a promise to each other that they would never leave each other's side, and they would be with each other forever. So with that being said, with 02 realized that Hito was taken captive, she went straight for him.
Oh wow.
And in order for 02 to be with Hito in that Klaxosaur / Strelitzia Franks, the princess had sacrificed her life for 02 and gave her whatever remaining life energy she had, which
someone keeps spectating us, or at least spectating me. Oh no 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 no.
What happened?
Oh okay. Okay, I think he glitched out.
No, my controller died. That's all.
Okay. Oh shit, speaking of dying, my controller dying. Charging. Alright, be careful.
Yeah, so that gave 02 the energy boost and whatever to go to destroy whatever was left of the Verm. And with that ended the war, or so they thought. Because what was happening is that there was actually a planet that housed the Verm species, and that's what the main Klaxosaur.
Is she gonna move on?
Yeah, like that's what their mission was, to destroy the planet. But with the queen gone, the only people who were left to go destroy the planet were the humans, Hito and 02. And like with the time that Hito and 02 were piloting the Franks, I guess like some of whatever happened to 02 had tapped Hito's forehead with their horn, I guess kind of put some, like kind of put a little bit of her DNA into Hiro's head. So he slowly started turning into a hybrid as well of the Klaxosapien and human hybrid.
Okay.
So yeah, with that going on, and so with that over, they had been set free. So the APE had left them. So it was just Squad 13 and whatever was left inside the Plantation 13, which is where they housed all the children or all the kids that would be turned into parasites, but not anymore because the parasites aren't no more.
Okay.
So yeah, that's that. So they're stuck with and Hiro was with 02 in their facility trying to figure things out, and he saw like that, like he would look at 02 and 02 was like dead inside, like she wouldn't talk, and like at a spontaneous moment she would just like she would have these wounds that just appear out of nowhere, like she would get cuts and stuff. And he was like, what's going on? And like he tried, and like he was like holding her, and he like hugged her, and the little bump on his head was what was gonna turn into a horn, had came in contact with her horn, and he saw everything that was going in through her head, and he was like, she's still in space in the Klaxosaur. He's like, she's still in space fighting, like consciously, and he was like, I need to go back to space to get her back.
What the fuck? 29. Nice job.
So yeah, with that started going on. So they made it. That was the final mission was for Hiro to go back to space to get 02, because like again, like I said, his promise was to make sure that him and 02 would be together forever, and they would never leave each other. And if they did, they would go get each other.
Aww. That's sweet.
I know, that's what I was like, dude, I'm gonna start crying. Because as ecchi as the anime was, because there were some lewd things in there, it was very wholesome at some times.
I get you. Oh shit, that's like the last two.
Yeah, we should probably third party it now.
Third party! Oh shit.
Let's go. They're gonna start healing.
Yeah,
Nobody think it is.
You gonna go inside here? Got him. Let's freaking go!
Nice. Any Darling in the Franxx fans that are gonna be watching this video are gonna be freaking pissed because they know that I'm terrible at explaining the plot of the anime.
Animu.
Yeah, because I actually suck at, like, what I'm telling you right now is like scratching the surface. There's more in-depth information about the anime, but I'm like getting to the part where I told you I was freaking crying because I saw the ending.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so they're going back to space to fight this, to destroy this planet that was supposed to be the Klaxosapiens' entire goal. Because 02 was literally stuck, like consciously stuck inside the... I forgot what the heck they keep calling it. It's like star something.
Okay.
So she's fighting in that, and Hiro's like, I gotta go back to get her. And so the friends went with him to help him, and he went back with 02, fight went on, of course, yeah, that, and he reunited with 02 after a long, hard battle and shiznit like that.
Go on. Oh shit. You're dead!
Star Entity, that's what it was called, Star Entity.
Yeah.
That's what the giant Klaxosaur thingy with whatever it was called Star Entity. So he basically made his way into Star Entity, found his way to the pilot, to the cockpit where 02 was. And he tried to reunite with her consciously, like he had connected their minds together. And she was like, what are you doing here? I don't want to drag you down because I'm just a monster. He's like, you're not a monster. I love you the way you are and whatever like that.
Damn.
And she